YouTube. This is Lachlan T, 1984 from Melbourne, Australia. I'm doing this video predominantly for the YouTube user Uxwbill, who uploaded a video about tape recorders and TVs that he found, and one of the tape recorders he found was the Sanyo Memo Scriber, much like this one. He wasn't sure how to make it record. The particular model he had doesn't record. As far as I'm aware, that was just a playback only model. This is a recording model, and I thought I'd make this video mainly for him, so that he can see the differences between the two models. These are mainly used as office machines, these ones, so if you work in an office situation where you're transcribing letters or interviews, for example, police interviews, I don't know, some other type of record of interview, and you have to transcribe it, you listen to the tape on one of these machines and control the tape with the foot pedal. And this machine was obviously used for either recording or playing back tapes, but the one you have, Uxwbill, only plays cassettes, it doesn't record. There's no way that machine can record. It's a player only. This machine can record either from a telephone pickup or from this microphone I have.
And you'll see that up here at the top, just below the power on light, there's a telephone record button. You push the button in, that puts the machine into record and starts recording from the tape, and there's a socket on the back where you can plug a telephone pickup in. And then you push the button again to stop the recording.
Microphone, and you can control the tape with the microphone. You can start it and stop it, and you can also...
And this is the microphone, so you push the switch up to dictate.
Rewind the tape back a little bit.
And that puts the tape into play mode, then you push it down to stop it, and if you push it all the way down, that puts it into review mode, but rewind isn't working.
Rewind the tape back a little bit. You can also use the microphone as a speaker. There's a switch on the back of the main that you can change between microphone and speaker. And when playing back, you can set the unit to the speaker mode only. And there's also a microphone sensitivity switch, so you can set it to either dictate or conference. It's currently set to dictate. I'm going to flip the switch down to conference and we'll see what that does. Now, in theory, that should have adjusted the microphone sensitivity, so it should be much more sensitive now. And picking up a lot more background noise, although where I am there's hardly any background noise at all. The microphone plugs into a socket on the right, and there's also a well where you can sit the microphone in.
I am going to try, although it's going to be very difficult, and the lighting here is poor, so there's the socket. It's a multi-pin socket, and here, and you can see this, is the plug. So you can see there are, looks like there are 10 pins on the plug. And let's plug that back in.
My machine still seems to be working. I got this about some 13 or 14 years ago now. It was given to me second hand. My uncle found it at a garage at a trash and treasure market. It does work. The belt that makes the tape rewind is gone, so I can't rewind tapes in it now, but it will play and fast forward. I did have some issues with it. Record and playback. The switch for record and playback is some sort of relay. So when you put the machine into record mode, you hear it go clunk. Even when the machine is in stop mode, when you engage record, you hear the relay clicking. I think that relay is a bit gummed up, because when I first got it, we were having issues with sound not being heard in playback mode and things like that, and that record playback switch was faulty.
In fact, recording on this machine is quite interesting if you want to use the microphone. You press the record button, and you heard it go clunk. The tape isn't actually moving, the tape is stopped, but it's in record mode. Then you push that switch up to start recording. So it's a two-stage process. You push the button, then you push the switch up, and to stop to put it back into playback mode, you either need to pull the switch all the way down to review or push the stop button. And you'll see now the record light has gone off. And there's also a record light on the main unit.
Also, the auto stop didn't work terribly well. It kept on clicking off when it wasn't meant to. You have the speed control as you do on your unit, Uxwbill. This button to the right of the speed control is for enabling and disabling the speed control. So you can turn the speed control off and just have it always play back at the standard speed. The speed control doesn't take recording. If you have the speed turned up or turned down in recording, the unit will not do anything when you turn the dial regardless of whether the button is pushing or not. And to erase the tape, you hold the...
And you can see what that's doing. If I push the button in, the speed control is enabled, and if I have it out, it's disabled. The speed control is very gummed up. It's a bit dirty, I think. I haven't used this in ages, and ages, and ages, and ages. It's been a long time since I last used this unit, so the controls are all a bit dirty and gummed up and yuck.
Button down. You hold the erase button down and put the machine in either fast forward or rewind mode. I hope that clears things up for you, and I'm going to stop the tape now. Thanks for watching, and I hope that clears things up for you.
Back to me in a... because I'm too quiet. Look, I'm sorry.
And now, to fast forward the cassette, you've got to turn it over and push the fast forward button, because rewind doesn't work. And even the fast forward doesn't work very well. It's very slow. But it is still playing cassettes properly. I have this cassette with me. It's a tape of James Rain, an Australian rock singer. The tape is now playing. The tape is actually playing a little bit fast, and that's with the speed control turned off. I'm going to try and get it to play at the right speed. That's how it's meant to sound. We'll stop that now. And if I press the rewind button, you probably can't see in there. See, it's not turning the tape, and the automatic stop is disengaging the cassette. The automatic stop keeps on disengaging the cassette because it just can't pull it through. It's just not able to wind that tape back because the belt has obviously gone. I'll just wind this tape back on. So it still does work. Unlike you, Uxwbill, I am hopeless at repairing things. I'm not much good, and I'm not really very resourceful. I don't really know where you get components like cassette player belts and caps for repairing devices that need new capacitors and things like that. You can probably see there's the speaker there. We'll turn the power off. Let's have a look at the back. So here you have the mains power input, that control socket is where the foot pedal goes in, and I think your unit had that too, Uxwbill. There's the telephone recording socket, which is probably just a line level input, I suspect. You've got the speaker on-off switch, which changes between the internal speaker and the microphone as a loudspeaker, like a telephone, and then there's the microphone sensitivity switch. And underneath, we have the data plate, which you are not able to read because the light is just too bad in here. This is a model, oh, I can't quite read that. I think it says TRC-8800, or is that 8800? I think that's 8800. This one can run on different voltages. AC 110 to 220 to 240 volts, 50 to 60 hertz, and the power consumption is 20 watts. I don't see a date code on here, but my eyesight is so bad that it wouldn't make much difference, and this one is also made in Japan. Yeah, so I hope that cleared up your bit of confusion there. And yes, this unit is heavy, very heavy. This thing is really bulky, and I used this a lot back in the late 90s. I would take it different places where I was staying, and yeah, it's heavy. It's heavy. Very heavy. Thank you for watching this video, everyone, and I hope that clears up any confusion for Uxwbill or anyone else out there who comes across these machines at garage sales and second-hand stores and what have you. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, and the other interesting thing is, I should have mentioned this earlier, the power cord is permanently attached to the unit. I don't know if this plug on the power cord was changed, because as you can see, that's what an Australian power socket looks like, everyone. For those of you not living here, that's what our sockets look like. Two slots at right angles, and then the one at the bottom there is the earth. The other two are, of course, power and return. I don't know if that's the original plug that came on this machine, but you can see it's a piggyback plug. You can plug something into that. You can put something on that if you want to. The unit runs on different voltages, but the power cord is permanently attached, so what the rationale behind that is, I'm not entirely sure. But there you go. Anyway, thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll see you all soon.